Degraded and humiliated and broke my spirit. That is literally my pickup technique for everything.
That's a fact? According to who?
Would you be willing to take a drug test?
All right, y'all.
Hey, yo.
Welcome back. Episode 77. Conte, are you doing a nice spiritless?
Spiritless? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nick, talk.
Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, we're going to get DeConte a drink here. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Episode 77 up in here.
Yeah,
we got the regular boys up in here. Got me, got Isaac, got DeConte over there in the coleslaw corner. We haven't had much coleslaw lately, unfortunately.
oh, man.
Oh, well.
I've been thinking about that, too.
Haven't done a lot of coleslaw.
I should have looked to see if they had.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a lunch review. We're back to the lunch reviews, baby boy.
Yes.
We're doing it again. Not because of anything DeConte did, but because I had to jump through hoops. But let's do it. Let's start the show as we always do. Shots.
Cheers. Like handshakes.
Ooh, it's so good. How do you like that? Do you still like that thing?
Yeah, it still tastes like that iced tea with like a splash of
It smells
lemon on it.
so
Smells so
bad.
bad, I will never do it.
I checked. It is shelf stable, so it's good. It's just when I see a bunch of condensation inside the bottle, I'm always like, something's going on in there. It's creating its own ecosystem inside the bottle. So I don't know.
It lives.
Yeah, it's one of them things. Whew. Good shots. Yeah. So you want to dive straight into these stories? We got some local stories that are fucking
Yeah, we got a few.
nail biters. We got death. We got intrigue. We got restaurants being sued. But it's a lot, and we got Asian people dying.
More death.
One
Yeah,
of my
more
favorite
death.
things. You know me. It's one of my favorite things. No, it's not at all. I love my people. Yeah. So, what do we want? Want to start off with clients?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a good one. Jump right into that bad boy.
Okay, so go to the other one, the Reddit one actually first. So Clyde's is getting a lot of hot water right now because what they're doing is they're taking credit card fees out of employees' tips. Now, for those who don't know, anytime you tip on a credit card, it's almost never guaranteed anymore that 100% of that tip is going to the person you want. You got a good bartender, you give him $20 on the card. It's just no longer a guarantee. It used to be kind of a guarantee, but now it's just kind of like, oh God, it's tough. Every freaking restaurant since this post-COVID world has just been throwing on random charges. Mm-hmm. It's become such commonplace. But this one, I actually had one of the regulars. Shout out Ricky, not racist Ricky. He might be a little racist, but this one's not that bad. He does sleeveless shirts, so that may be.
And he's like a fishing aficionado too.
Oh yes,
is he?
Aficionado.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like a championship fisher, dog. He like competes in tournaments, like real tournaments, like tournaments that you actually make money in. Yeah. Not like the tournaments you do.
Yeah, no, he did end up telling me about that.
Yeah,
He's
he
legit.
competes. Yeah, he competes.
He's legit.
Like he'll be gone for the weekend. He's like, no, it's like a 2-day tournament. I gotta go, be there. 2 a.m. Be on the water before the fish wake. I'm there. He doesn't want to talk like that.
Damn.
But he did send this to me, and this is one of those that, like, as a guest, when you find out, you're like, oh my gosh, what the fuck? They're taking your credit card tips, and to me, I'm just like, oh, this has been a thing for so long. Yeah,
very long time.
But we've been charged credit card fees, I think, for at least the last 10 years that I've known of for sure. Because I remember that being a discussion at the nightclub where they're like, oh, just so you know, every time someone pays with a card, you're getting charged like 0.04% of that. And so, like, if you're not doing crazy high sales, it never really adds up. You're just like, oh, that's $3 out of the 400 that I made tonight, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But when other people find this out, it's obviously a big deal. So shout out the regulars for sending us stories. Mm-hmm. This is what we're reacting to. How do you feel about this, Conte?
I feel like it's just the price of doing business. Mm-hmm. We'll talk. Mm-hmm. As bartenders and servers, I feel like you do got to make your own money, and you can't give it. It's just like tipping out to bar or tipping out to your host or server or whatever.
Okay,
it's just part of the game.
My rebuttal
Corporate
to
Nick?
that, my rebuttal.
Wait, is this corporate Nick's rebuttal, or you just?
No, this is still corporate Nick,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
But my rebuttal to like, oh, it's part of like a tip out, blah blah blah.
Cost of business.
Yeah, but to me, it's not only because like if you're tipping out to a busser or something, they're doing a service for you.
Yeah.
If you are getting the credit card fees taken out, that's just the business. That's not. You didn't do anything for that. Like no one did anything for you for that.
Corporate Isaac coming in. Isn't the convenience of using someone's card versus cash a service? If I'm gonna argue devil's advocate here, like if they are charging because of the credit cards, there is a convenience to a credit card where
100%.
You don't got to touch dirty money, you know,
right.
You don't got to do all that. You don't got to count change. It's literally just swipe and go. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
It is technically faster. Does that service not is it not tangible enough?
No,
for you
I
to,
agree.
like,
I agree with that. If you put it like that, I agree with it. I think that the negative side of the true negative side about this is that the businesses are being sneaky. They're not being upfront.
I see
Now,
what
if they're
you're saying.
upfront with your staff and like, hey, this is the policy, blah blah blah. This is how we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Most people like, okay, 0.03, 0.04. I'm not gonna think of that. Think about that. That's okay. That's part of the job. But when you find out on the back end from somebody else that's
Yes.
what's happening and you have no idea.
That has been going on
you've
for
been-
years. It's not in the handbook. It's
Right.
not in the handbook.
You've been
okay.
bamboozled. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Hoodwinked.
Like it might be in the fine print, but like that's like we might be talking about lawyer fine print, and that's just I just think it's kind of slimy.
Yeah, but isn't it? Well, I don't know how like Clyde's would do their stuff, but like everybody gets a report at the end of the day of what they sold. You know, it's all in there.
If it's on the report, cool, it's there, it's for you to see.
Yeah, but
What if it's not?
It's one of those things where,
Okay.
like, at the end of the night, when we're supposed to pull our tips, I'm like, oh, I got $432,
Right.
or my tips, but I'm only pulling like $430 flat. I'm like, ah, that $3, like, you see that $3, you know it's there,
Right.
but the problem is like not everybody's looking through every single line because that tip out receipt is a CVS receipt.
Oh, it's crazy.
That is
I
ridiculous.
should have
You're
seen the
looking
one I printed out today. It was probably
Oh,
as
yeah?
long as this table. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So it's just like we're not really reading those because we're not the most forward-thinking people.
Yeah.
That's why this industry works so good for us. So I get that. What I don't like is, like you said, the sneakiness, the underhandedness. If this is a service that makes it more convenient for a business to operate, either the owner should be paying for that, or if you want to charge it for the convenience of the guest should be paying that. But the fact that we are the ones covering it, like that doesn't make sense to me.
No, it makes zero sense.
Like you think about any stadium when they charge you like, hey, your tickets are $200 plus a $75 convenience fee. You're like, what the? That's not, motherfucker. That's not convenient.
Right.
But at least they're being like, at least these ticketers are being like, yo, they're letting you know. They're being upfront about it. Restaurants are hiding it in the fine print and making the servers pay for it and the staff pay for it, which is fucked up.
Right.
Which leads us to the next story. If you can go to the Clydes, it's still Clydes related. So Clydes, to cover up these fees because of the cost of increase, they have this term they call just junk fees. They've been charging 3.7% DC 2023 surcharge flat.
Jesus.
Flat. And the problem is they're being sued over this is because it isn't specific in what that goes to. Like if you just take a steak and it's $50 and then you just increase that price by 3.7%, then hey, all prices went up. I get that. But if you're just charging this own separate charge, it no longer guarantees that it's going towards, cost for a restaurant. That could just be a manager bonus. We don't know because it just says surcharge. Yeah. You don't actually know where that money's going to. So Clyde's, which was one of the most profitable restaurants in the nation of 2019, according to this article, because I did my book report. So they're being sued because the restaurant group, and I didn't know the restaurant group also owned Ebbitt's, Old Ebbitt on what was that, like 6th Street? 9th. No. No, you go on 14th. They're on 15th Street. Jesus, I'm not gonna. I was thinking Chinatown because Clyde's is on Chinatown.
Yep.
Hey, I know DC. Try me, dog. Clyde's is on 7th. Clyde's on 7th. Ebbitt's is on 14th or on 15th. Ebbitt's is nice though. That's a crispy spot. Bartenders there are there for fucking 30 years.
Oh, that kind of deal.
Shit.
Yeah, you don't leave until you die.
You get benefits. You get.
Oh, yeah.
You got your guaranteed 40 hours a week. They got a union. You get
Damn, they got
vision. You got dental. Oh yeah.
What the fuck? They got a union.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. My homie worked at the not Ebbet but W the rooftop bar View, which was POV. It's gone through a million different names. He's like, yeah, the bartender's been here like she's been here 18 years. She's been here 24 years. I was like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, they're getting $30 an hour, dental, vision, medical. I was like, fuck. Oh, yo, they hiring? What's good?
I know I just took a new job, but
that's a demotion too, because you're a manager. That's for staff. Like
Yeah.
I don't know the benefits for like managers. My boy, shout out James. He was managing for that restaurant for a little bit, but then something else came on the table. He's a journeyman. Yeah. Nick, DeConte, how did I describe Nick the other day with him when it came to jobs? Let's see if you remember. Because I did it as a joke, but a compliment to you at the same time. Somebody was asking DeConte about something, and they were talking about Nick, and they were like, wait, he's where now? Wait, I thought he was here. And I was like, yo, Nick with jobs is like DeConte with women, always looking for the next best thing.
Oh yeah, false. That's right. We were talking to us too.
Not false.
I mean, yeah, that's one we know about DeConte, man. He's in that corner, but he's in the corner alone. Ain't no lady gonna penetrate that. On to the next one.
Unless they come with that wonderful coleslaw recipe.
Hey,
yeah, you got the coleslaw recipe locked in.
Yeah.
Locked in.
That's what it's gonna take.
That's all it takes.
You
Good
meet
coleslaw.
DeConte, you meet the love of your life, and like
The coleslaw's trash.
and the coleslaw's trash.
I'm done. Done. I'm on to the next.
You can't teach her your coleslaw. Do you have a coleslaw recipe?
Nah,
Nope.
I
You
don't
don't even
coleslaw.
have a coleslaw
I
recipe.
just judge a
He's
good
never made it.
coleslaw.
Oh my
I just
God.
judge good coleslaw. I don't need a coleslaw recipe.
Jesus. You're a guy who loves head but hates eating pussy.
100 likes on this video. We will have DeConte
Yeah.
make his own
make his own
coleslaw
coleslaw.
live
Yeah.
on camera.
Man, yeah, I'll do it. Shit.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
It's gonna be bullshit. Is what it is. It's gonna be a
Hey,
glop of mayo
and
with
if
a piece
it's
of
the
cabbage.
most fire coleslaw, I don't want to hear anything.
You're not gonna hear anything because I'm not gonna try. I don't like coleslaws. Like,
yeah,
it could be
I
the
don't
greatest
like
coleslaw in the world,
coleslaw,
and I'm just gonna be like, mayo.
Yeah, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
you'll
eat
eat
it.
it.
I'll
Eat
eat
the
it.
coleslaw.
Yeah. I'll
Be a
eat
good
it.
judge. It'll be a good judge for
100
you.
likes.
100 likes.
Yeah. So, but how do we feel though? Restaurants being sued over junk? They call them junk fees, junk charges. Because a lot of cities do this. Because when I was in Atlanta, they were doing the same thing. It was like a $3 just like industry service charge. You're like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, it's to combat rising costs. I'm like, then raise the prices on your menu.
On your menu.
Yeah.
But
we see that in DC though, right?
DC does that. Yeah, it's 3.75%.
I don't go out there often, but when I do like get a drink, I'll see a random charge, and I don't care. Like I'm like, if it says like the state or the district on it, all right, I get it. Because here, what are we paying? Like 10% tax?
We're paying 10%. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
10%. What?
yeah, and as
Bro,
a manager, I've had
10%.
to deal with that a lot.
I thought
It is a 6% food tax.
Four.
Was it 6% food and 4%?
4% state or the other way around. It
Might be the other way.
It turns
might
into
be the other way
10%.
around. Yeah, it turns into 10% flat. That's why the prices are so easy for me to like. When someone's like, "Hey, how much was that?" I'm like, $7.50, 2 shots. That's $15. 10%, $16.50. And everyone thinks I'm lying to them, but I'm like, no, that's the price. I was like, here's your receipt. Fucking try me. My math is good. I'm very good, very good. You know.
Yeah, when that changed, I used to deal with a lot of people like, I need to speak to the manager about this tax, and I'd be like, I can't change the tax. If I could, I would do no tax.
Yeah.
If I could do, it would do no tax. I don't care
Libertarian, baby.
Yeah.
Shout
Tax.
out
No
David Smith
tax,
for president.
right. Like I don't care about that. But I can't change it. But it is kind of gnarly how it is, how high it is.
There are those restaurants.
very high.
Yeah, the 10% is pretty wild. There are those restaurants here in Woodbridge that you go to that are owned. We talked about it last episode actually. That are owned by people who lean very hard right, who have been known to be a little bit racist. When that tax went into effect, they put up the pictures of all the district county members, all the sitting chair members, all the board, and they're like, "Hey, you don't like paying 10%? It's because of this person, this person, this person.
Damn.
Vote them
Put 'em
out,
on
write them.
blast.
Here's their email. Here's their office. Call them." And I was like, "Bro, I love action against government in any form." So like, I was like, "Damn, all right, cool, yeah." And
But
Shit.
it ain't gonna change that.
You don't think so?
if we the people can unite.
I think Isaac's on something. If we come together, it's hard to stop a bunch of people.
Yeah, you have to vote.
That's what they
Yeah,
said on
that's
January 6th.
very true.
Yeah, you voted, right? There was a recent election like a few weeks ago. You voted for that, right?
Nah, I ain't vote for that.
Oh, okay. Well, what about the primaries last
I
year?
ain't
November.
vote for
Oh,
that
you didn't do that either? Okay, gotcha. If we, the people, come together, DeConte says, and y'all do all the shit for me, then we good.
Right.
Why can't y'all look out for me?
I'm saying,
I
what's
ain't gonna
one out of
do it.
1,000? What's
Yeah.
one out of 1,000?
What's
That is a terrible way to look at it.
That's what the other 999 are also saying.
Terrible way to look at it.
Wasn't there a movie that was based on that? It was like something happened to the voting machine, and like they both needed his one vote. Like
That sounds
it's called like
familiar.
Swing Vote. It was like Steve Carell or something, but it was basically like all the voting machines had quote unquote went out, and then it came down to this one vote because it was a perfect tie, and then they were both just trying to swing him. It was called Swing Vote. It was a comedy, yeah.
I gotta watch that when I go home.
You like political comedies? Watch The Campaign. I think it is Will Ferrell, Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah, that one's good.
That's
a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That one. That one shows you how like when you watch it, you're just like, this is so ridiculous, and then you like do a little bit of research. You're like, this is exactly what politics is. This is not crazy. This is exactly what politics is. It's crazy. Shout out to Zach Galifianakis. Shout out to Will Ferrell. Great movie. Love it.
Yeah, that was at Zach Galifianakis' like when he was at his peak, right? Like, post Hangover.
Post Hangover, yeah. He's always been just like they say it. They say it in like the acting world where you're just side man. They're like a side man. He's a best friend man. So he's always been throughout his career in film. He's just like kind of the best friend, the side guy,
the Rob Schneider.
But to have him be like the face of the film and him and Will Ferrell going toe to toe to Will Ferrell is one of the hardest things I feel like any comedian, any actor's got to do, and I think he killed it. So I highly recommend. Kind of check it out. I'm gonna send you the link later. But I mean, we love some DC politics because this is we're right here in the heart of DC. We're one of the suburbs. Yeah. So if you want to sue these restaurants, show me where to sign up. I've been to Clyde's. Like Clyde's got some of the best chicken wings around. I promise you that.
I've been to Clyde's once, and we left after getting an appetizer because the servers never came by the table.
Oh damn!
So we were like, we'll just take the check. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. It was a bummer because I was like, yeah, let's go to Clyde's. Screw it, blah blah blah. So we ended up leaving there and going to Cuba Libre instead.
Cuba Libre. Oh, did you get the Levante Muerte soup?
No, I got some like I think I got like some carne asada type thing.
Oh, the carne, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got I had like quite a few coconut mojitos.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big mojito guy, but like those are the best mojitos.
If you go to a place that's like, hey, we make good mojitos, I'm never gonna be like, I'm not gonna hate on you. If you go to my bar and order a mojito, you're scum of the earth.
Yeah, because you're making someone who's not gonna do that all day stop and do that.
It's just one of those like I see dollar signs. You order a drink, all I see is the dollar sign of like how much money that drink is and how much time it takes me to make. Long Island, I used to hate because I was like only garbage people order it, but now I'm like 4 bottles, bam, I can make you a Long Island, and I promise you less than 15 seconds. Yeah. A mojito is gonna take me 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and then a mojito is cheaper, and the people who drink it aren't bar people, so they don't understand tip culture. Yeah. So they're just like, oh, well, it was $7. Here's $8. I'm like, no, you're like the time it took me to make this. Long Island people are just in and out. They'll throw you $15 for a $12 drink and tell you to keep it. Yeah, so I've done a 180 on Long Island's, but mojitos, yeah. But if you go to a bar like that, Cuba Libre,
you get him because that's what they're known for, I guess. But like go back on mojitos. Do you ever have someone order a mojito and order a specific rum? Because I've never ever had anyone say, let me get this mojito. It's always like, let me get a mojito. I've never heard someone say, let me get this specific rum in my mojito.
I ask them because I go for the upcharge because, I'm good at my job. DeConte, what about you, though?
It depends. It depends on who's asking me. If it's like a young buck, I'm not upcharging them because they're not going to follow through in the back end with the tip.
With the tip, right?
Yeah. But if it's like an older couple, I definitely will ask because they definitely enjoy like a finer.
Because I've especially Cuba Libre. Cuba Libre has like the Runs de Capas and like the really good, did I say that? No, that's a tequila. What's another good rum? Don Q. Like they got really good rums there. Our bar, literally, we have like the 3: the Malibu, the Captain, and then the Bacardi, and then we got Rail and some shitty.
Now, why do you guys have Don Q? Because you do. Is this for specific people who asked for it?
So
Jerry.
Is it? Oh, Jerry. Jerry doesn't do enough to like warrant us having this bottle. We had the bottle long before he asked for it. According to our GM, he was just like. The people at ABC store asked me, and he as a favor, they're like, "Hey, we'll hold you these bottles, but I need you to buy 2 of these bottles." He's like, "Yeah, all right, cool." It's an industry run by favors, but but a very crazy thing that happened in our industry a lot lately. Now, not in the bar industry. Bar industry, we see deaths. This shit happens. Right. In like the fast casual restaurant industry, you don't see a lot of deaths, and so we want to bring up this video about Panera causing allegedly, don't come for this Panera, allegedly causing 2 deaths. Dakota, can you play this video or watch it?
A second person has died after drinking Panera Bread's charged lemonade. Here's what we know. In a lawsuit filed Monday, A Florida man allegedly drank 3 of the drinks, which come in sizes between 20 and 30 ounces. Later, he suffered a fatal cardiac arrest while walking home. The large 30-ounce size of Panera's charged lemonade has about 390 milligrams of caffeine. That's more than an 8-ounce can of Red Bull and a 16-ounce can of Monster combined. It's equivalent to about 4 cups of coffee. The family that brought the lawsuit states that the Florida man had high blood pressure and didn't drink energy drinks as a result. This comes after a 21-year-old with a heart condition died after consuming the same drink at a Philadelphia area Panera. According to the lawsuit filed by her family, she had bought the large cup, which is about 30 ounces, and had just one. She later died of cardiac arrest. The lawsuit also mentions she knew she had a heart condition and avoided energy drinks because of that. She was unaware of the amount of caffeine in the drink, according to the lawsuit. Panera's website does mention the levels of caffeine in the drink, but photos of the menu show that it's advertised as having the same amount of caffeine as the dark roast coffee. A Panera spokesman has said that the company stands, quote, firmly by the safety of our products.
That's rough.
All right.
Yeah,
2 deaths, an older person and a younger person. So when it jumps from different demographics, they do have a little bit of a case in there. Totally get that. Corporate Nick, what's your take? Defend this restaurant.
My first thing I'm going to say, it's quite ironic how a place that serves hospital food killed people.
That is funny. That is funny. Panera and hospital food is funny. I never thought about that.
But to me, as Corporate Nick, 100%, even just regular Nick, Corporate Nick, regular Nick, whoever you want to. Unfortunately, it sucks. People died, but they've listed everything they need to all over their menu. They say that it's as much as their roasted coffee. It's online. It lists everything out. It's called a charged lemonade.
That's the thing. So that's where you lose me on that. It's just the sign it of itself. It's got the picture, the description, big words, charged lemonade, and then it's like it's not small print. It's not the smallest print.
Right.
It could be a little bigger, but it does say the amount of coffee, the amount of caffeine as a dark roast cup of coffee. So that's one of those. You type in Panera for the
I love Lemon Day. I love it.
Lemon Day, Lemon Day.
Hey, Lemon Day.
Hey, y'all met my boy Lemon Day.
I'm gonna name my daughter that. But no, it does suck. People died. Like it does. It really sucks.
Weed them out.
Yeah, it really.
We got too many people.
Yeah.
You ever been to a mall on a Saturday?
Right. Yeah.
You ever been to a mall on a Saturday? Come on, we got too many people.
Nah, I do. Thanos had a point. Thanos definitely had a point.
Hey,
but,
what were you guys?
No, like, all right, for the young person, damn, that sucks. And for the older person, it's like, damn, R.I.P. But
I don't think they were that old.
you don't think so?
No,
Well,
I think it
said
said like
50s.
50s.
50?
That's not that old,
Yo.
dude.
Hey, man, you 50%.
50 is the new 40 if you're a white man. Like, you can do it.
Right.
But 50 is 60 if you're a woman. So
I think it's just more unfortunate than it is anything because they didn't do anything wrong. Panera didn't do anything wrong. They list it as what it is. It says that it has caffeine in it.
Yeah.
they sell the website. 309. I don't know coffee that well. Conte,
Yeah, I don't know
you're a
enough.
coffee aficionado.
Yeah.
Back to the Conte's Coffee Cold Talk Corner.
Yes, sir.
How many? Do you know how many milligrams of caffeine are usually in a cup of coffee?
I want to say it's anywhere between like 50 and 100.
Could you look that up instead of pulling it out of your ass? Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, because- Because I'm like, wait, he just picked numbers.
Milligrams of
No,
coffee.
like I'm almost positive.
Full
It's like
milligrams.
between
I hope
50.
you're right. I hope.
Yeah,
you're
I do
right.
too.
I hope you're right, but just like I know you well enough to be like 50
You
or
should
100. Like
look it up
yeah.
specifically.
Oh, yeah.
Look at how many milligrams. Well, it's there now.
Yeah.
We see it.
Yeah.
But there's so many different kinds of coffee.
Brewed coffee.
Brewed coffee.
Yeah.
96 milligrams for an 8 ounce is 96 milligrams or more. These people were drinking a 30-ounce cup.
Yeah, they were.
So let's
And it
go
was
to
3.
20
It was,
ounce.
but it was also 340 milligrams. So this one 30-ounce lemonade was the equivalent of 3.5 times the amount of cup of
Right.
coffee.
So this says 240 milligrams or more in a brewed coffee for a 20 ounce.
Yeah.
So
And these drinks are
another
20 to
12.
30 ounces.
put 10 more ounces, maybe put 100 more milligrams. That's 340, right?
At
That's
least,
wild. Yeah.
yeah. At least
That's
350,
a 30 ounce.
360.
That's a 30 ounce of coffee that they drink
Yeah.
for somebody who doesn't drink coffee because
Yeah.
even the young kid had known that they
They stayed away from
they
energy
stayed away from
drinks.
energy drinks
Yeah.
and coffee. So They drank 8 ounces, four cups of coffee, without knowing it.
Yeah, I think
knowing they had a heart condition.
It said about 4 cups of coffee, which is a gnarly amount at one point. That's a gnarly amount of caffeine. I don't do a whole lot of caffeine because when I do it, my heart beats a little too hard. I don't know if I have a heart condition, but when I do too much caffeine, I know it right away. Like when I was working with you guys, when I would drink a Red Bull at work, I would always be like, "Oh, bad idea." I would drink it and be like, "Shit, not a good idea." And even though I do the sugar freeze, it was like, "Oh, it's not the sugar; it's the caffeine that's throwing me off."
I grew up. I stopped doing coffee. I never really did coffee big, but I finally grew up and just started doing cocaine.
Nice, yeah. Nice. That worked out. Just like our stickers. Like our money.
Let's get some stickers to everybody. But no, that's crazy. Yeah, 2 people would die from that. That's some shit. From the pictures that we saw in the video, it looked like it was labeled. Just let's be honest, as human beings, we're not reading every single word. Like I'm not reading the fine print. I'm not reading that it says because even the picture that they showed, it said that it had the same amount of coffee or same amount of caffeine as a organic black roast coffee cup, and you're like, oh, I can just have 1 cup of coffee. Right. That is 100% inaccurate. It has that much per serving, but if you have a 30 ounce glass. Right. Jeez. That's that 8 ounce serving. You now have to triple it. You now got to quadruple it. Yeah, it's very misleading. But as Corporate Nick said, I think they might be good.
Yeah, so we can all agree probably that court case is getting thrown out, right?
Yeah, they're probably gonna win. Like just on the principle of money, and then 2 because they have it stated everywhere.
We're gonna probably see new signs where they're like, "Caffeine, you stupid motherfucker!" Exactly. Something in there.
Yeah, they have a fucking mascot, Carl the caffeine cat or some shit. You know what I mean?
Meow! Watch out! I got caffeine. You're like, oh, all right, cool.
Please don't steal our ideas.
I just want some lemonade, dog. Can you move out of the way?
Why is Felix the cat?
Did you know in this one glass, only per 8 ounces, it's the same. So don't drink more than 8 ounces, you fat bitch.
It could kill you.
Yes, exactly. Panera, we copyright, trademark. As of this date, that's ours. So don't even try.
Yeah,
don't even try.
I don't drink coffee, and I hate Panera. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Someone who's going to watch this next week is going to punch me in the face at home, but they understand.
I think I had Panera one time. It was all right.
It was hospital food, man. It's all right. It's hospital food.
I'm surprised Bungalows didn't bring Nick to Panera. That's
knock me off.
There was this run-on joke that wasn't a joke that if our like corporate guy came in and invited a manager to Panera, meant you were being fired.
Oh, word. Yeah. Okay, so it was Panera was fired.
Yes.
And then there was another place that was, they would talk about if you went to this other place, you were good. But if they took you to Panera.
All we heard about was Panera. We heard about that.
Yeah, I was Panera.
Oh, the managers don't tell us when y'all get raises. They're like, yo, I just got a fucking bonus. Like, don't tell me that.
Dude, when I came back, my dude, I came back.
I knew that because I knew you personally. No one else knew that. Like, the servers didn't know that.
Yeah. I came back to a hefty raise.
They didn't bring in a Panera for that one.
Yeah. No, I don't think. Yeah, me getting fired there was never gonna happen unless I'd gotten a fist fight.
They were desperate. Yeah. I mean, you did. You did get into a fist fight.
I was protecting the land. I was protecting the land.
I was watching our borders, dog. Luckily, no one had died under that. From what we hear, though, another local story up in Arlington. We don't know about a death in this situation. They said that human remains may have been found. If you have not seen. Wild. This is just the explosion. This is just the explosion.
Okay.
All right.
This is nuts, dude. This is so nuts. And I'm sure people locally have seen this. Oh, shit.
Yeah, did you watch that content?
I've been seeing a little bit of it. I didn't know it was local, though.
That is wild.
Chef at my job heard it from his home.
Wow.
Yeah,
got the sound concussion.
Heard it from his home.
Yeah. That is wild. What do you think that was, Conte?
Probably a bomb. That had to be a bomb or a gas leak, one of the two.
Okay,
those are 2 wildly different answers.
Things. I agree with you on the back end.
Accidental gas leak or a bomb.
Yeah.
So it could be meth lab.
So definitely not accidental gas leak. This is what I'm looking at. The dude had shot off 30 to 40 flares at the police or in the home.
That's what they were responding to.
Yes. Yeah. Flares. He cut that gas on. He was hiding something and blew up the home.
Yeah.
Because they came back with a search. They were there earlier, came back with a search warrant, and then he blows up the
How
house.
long does it take to get a search warrant? Because I've watched a lot of SVU, and they make it seem like it takes a while. They're like, you want me to go back? I'll get a fucking search warrant. You want to do it the hard way? And then they have to take like 2 weeks because of a judge. How fast does everything work now? Can you just text a judge and get a search warrant?
This is Fairfax County, man. They probably could get that thing within an hour.
I think it would vary on what they're trying to get. If it's like something important and they got it that fast that he turned his gas on, he had something.
Yeah,
but a lot of
not the feds. I don't know.
A lot of the initial reports were that the police were responding to just flares being shot in the area. Now, I don't know how illegal flares are. I know they can cause fires. Yeah. But I know they're not illegal.
They're not illegal. No.
So to get a search warrant within 4 hours of somebody shooting off a flare is always going to be suspect to me.
Yeah.
What's suspect here is that like we've seen clips of this go viral because it's literally down the road from where we're at. Mm-hmm. But if you look into national news stories, there's like almost no coverage of this.
Really? Well, he had it on New York Times.
Yes, New York Times. But New York Times is a very liberal.
They are, very liberal, but they're.
But I mean, like when I tried checking onto the local ABC, the NBCs, the CNBCs.
Okay.
And it's just a blip. They're like, local house blows up. Crazy. Anyways, look at this cat. Like it's very
TMZ definitely had it, and we know TMZ.
But TMZ just shows the explosion. They don't talk about all the stuff that's going on behind it. Then that's what irks me, because when you do look at a little bit more into it, conspiracy, Isaac. Everybody, put your fucking hats on. Metal foil hats. Mm-hmm. So this guy James Wu, apparently for the last like 2 or 3 months, was working as he was an IT chief security officer at one of these major Fortune 500s here in DC.
Okay.
And if you don't know this area, those who like watch outside of, though according to YouTube, 99% of the people watch from inside Woodbridge, you know that there is a lot of very powerful secrets and very powerful companies, very powerful tech people in this area. Yes. He was working for one of those company, and then apparently they don't talk about how he got fired. I don't know that. James Woon, you can come on and talk about it. Apparently he's dead. They say after the explosion, his YouTube account got active, and he's been commenting on everything, talking about how it's a hoax, that he's not dead, that they found quote unquote human remains, but they haven't found actually.
It was not confirmed as his yet.
They have not confirmed whether or not it is him. I mean, cum is human remains. I'm just saying.
Literally. It can be labeled as anything.
Right, 100%. Yeah. And just regular people who aren't into conspiracy are just like, oh, that's him.
That's him, yeah.
That was his remains.
Nobody found, and his YouTube account afterwards has been commenting on all the pages like, this is a conspiracy, it's a fraud, the racist white agenda is pushing on. He's been talking about January 6th. He has posts on LinkedIn dating back to literally December 1st, like a few days ago, talking about his neighbors or spies. He doxed his neighbors and put out their address, saying they were spies for his former company that are watching him because of the secrets he knows in the intel world of, the DC government.
Right.
And that's where I'm just like, the search warrant that came in it's just one of those where, like, search warrants I feel like don't come in that fast. I obviously don't know. I only know from what I know on TV.
Bliss will holler at you later.
How fast to get one of the warrants on a guy shooting flares.
Yeah. Because it's got to be pretty similar, Prince William County and Fairfax, or Arlington County. It's got to be similar, so that is a source that we could get an answer from, how quick.
Yeah.
But I love how it says Arlington County Police says that they're fully confident that the remains are his. When I read that, the first thing that pops in my head is one word: bullshit.
Sleight of hand. Yeah. Sleight of hand. They're literally telling you, hey, story's over, done. Yeah. Just bang, 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 boom. You guys remember seeing Osama's body? I don't remember seeing it.
No, man, nope.
You don't remember seeing it? I don't remember seeing it. Confirm the remains for me, because until then, I'm just like, yo, this is wild. Especially considering all the facts. This guy's been posting about how he's being trailed, he's being watched. That he was very big about the racist white majority of the United States are taking over. They're afraid January 6th was a racist takeover. Like, he's been one of these conspirators for a while, and that coming out in most recent, to me, is just like, all right, they're painting him to be a crazy guy.
Right.
But this crazy guy was a security intel chief officer. Like, he had a real fucking job.
Yeah,
he knows some real things. Yeah. So when they tell you he's crazy, you're like, wait a second, they're just trying to discredit the guy. Yeah. So.
Right, because the majority of people are going to just believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm not majority of the people.
What was that one video of it was another black comedian was talking about how Dave Chappelle, like, he's like, if you don't do what we want you to do, by the time you get home.
Oh, wasn't that Griffin?
Yeah.
Eddie Griffin or somebody. And then he made everyone thought he was crazy. Everyone was like, oh, man, look at this crazy motherfucker, won't take that money. Like, no, he just didn't want to get owned. Yeah. That's the first thing they do. Remember
by the
Kanye?
Time he got home.
I still got my beef with Kanye, but like, remember Kanye?
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing. He was like, oh, he's a crazy idiot. I'm like,
yeah.
He did get out of that Adidas deal.
Yeah, he did. He
made
did
his way out of it. Got his way out of it.
Gave me hate on him.
It's great. They do that. They're very quick to be like, oh, no, they're not smart. They're crazy. Like, oh, okay, I guess so, yeah. Let's not question nothing and just keep it moving.
Because people believe the news. Yeah, I don't think everything's a conspiracy, but this is smelly.
Yeah.
This is real smelly. Yeah. That house blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like that was like, I don't watch explosion videos too often.
Yeah.
But watching it, and I'm also not, I don't want to turn this into something like 9/11 shit, but like if you look at the explosion, it like crumbled the entire home from underneath and then came down. It looked like a demolition. Where I work next to me right now, there's demolition going on, and I'm seeing it happen, and it don't look like what that is.
It's one of those, like, what are they destroying also?
He's got to be destroying hard drives or something.
Well, here's the thing is he destroying?
Is he, or is someone else doing it for him?
What if he's got a bunch of hard drives? There you go. I thought it was him when it was the flares. I was like, oh, he has like tunnels, or he like hid in a house 4 blocks down.
Oh, you thought tunnels too?
Yeah,
I thought tunnels.
I thought like he filled it. I thought he like filled his house with gas and then was just shooting flares to try to light the house. Yeah, is what I thought was going on because they said they showed up with police warrants and then the whole thing started. They were like, oh no, we're responding to flares. I'm like, well no, I've heard reports that you guys had warrants before you showed up for the flares. So I don't know if the flares were him trying to light his own house from a distance,
Yeah.
We don't know. We obviously don't know. This is all alleged. We have no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, though. Like, this is a big local news story. It's not local like Woodbridge, but it's in Arlington. So it's like right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's close
like
enough.
30 minutes away.
Yeah, it's close enough. And it's like, yeah, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, it's just the problem to me is that it's not a national trending, like, you should be seeing this on every single news media outlet right now, and because we're not, you're just like, fuck, Elon might be onto something. If I'm only learning about this on Twitter, somebody's controlling that free speech.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
How free is speech? YouTube, please chill. Like,
yeah, like chill out.
Bring us some more views. Lord YouTube, every now and then you bless us with 1,000 views, and then you're like, here's your measly 13. You're like,
well, we get the 1,000 views when we talk about, like, are you gay? Or blah, blah, blah. Or when John's on, who's never on the show.
That hurts Nick, so.
It does a little bit.
I know it does.
Stings.
I know it does.
Stings a little bit.
I felt that.
This is the one episode I missed.
You should have showed up. No.
Fuck work.
Let's convert to part 2 here real quick. We're gonna go to part 2. We do have a lunch review. We actually have a live lunch tasting. So we're gonna try some of the food, which I hate doing on camera because the entire clip is dog content just.
ASMR, people love it.
Yeah, they do. They look.
Yo, that was good. Too.
For that.
Yeah. Hey, I kind of missed the whole. Yeah, this was really, really awesome. I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Yeah, classic. So the food's here. I got it on plates. We'll see y'all for part 2. We will be reviewing Two Brothers.
Nice.
Cheers. All right. Degraded and humiliated and broke my spirit. That is literally my pickup technique for everything.
That's a fact. According to who?